every minute. They're helping me. And back to the questions I showed on a previous slide. The other comments were about being able to use social features similar to the virtual meeting website and being able to start projects and events and collaborate with others. Much of the work the technical team is doing to support the Student Climate Research Campaign will get us closer to providing the features that you've asked for. This is not a complete list, nor is it in the order that we expect to do this work, but here's a look at our running list of projects. We have event pages, more science data, countries, and flag page, and other pages that will be available under content management for the countries and regional representatives to edit themselves. And there's more. The Scientist Network, additional data formatted for Google Earth, the ice seasonality protocol, and photo upload. And more again. We need to remember evaluation for the Student Climate Research Campaign and other evaluation needs. Also improvements to training data uploads and improvements to the partner survey. And again, this list is not in priority order, but we want to add more for the students, starting with profiles, interesting interactive features, and student report submission and peer review tools. As you can see, we have a very full plate. I've talked about the past, covering the history of GLOBE, the present, that we are releasing something new every month. In the future, our plans for tools and services to support the GLOBE community and the Student Climate Research Campaign. All of us in the GLOBE Program Office are very interested to learn from you, and we look forward to talking with you more with questions and answers now or over the course of the next several days. We're very interested to learn what your thoughts are about technology for GLOBE. So I'll open up for questions and comments. Thank you. Yes, in the back.
Oh. Okay, you talked about the single sign-on idea, and I was just wondering more about that. I don't understand what that is.
On the classic web pages, many of you, probably all of you, have accounts to sign on with your school accounts. What we're encouraging everyone to do is to create new accounts on the new platform, on the GLOBE homepage now, so that individuals can participate not anonymously as a member of a school, but individual teachers and scientists and administrators can participate in the discussion forums, and then in the future other social networking tools. And we want people to be able to create individual profile pages where others in the community can learn more about your projects and that sort of thing. So because the classic website is built on older technology and older platforms, and the new website is built on a platform with content management and the ability for us to more rapidly add new features. It's just a more easily maintained environment. We have set up the discussion forum and the new login and individual accounts on the new site, and single sign-on allows you to still have access to the classic site without having to remember two different IDs.
So you could enter data if you do the single sign-on as well?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, and I had one other question about the scientist pages. Are these, what scientists would be included in that?
I think Dr. Charlevoix will be talking about the Scientist Network later. Am I correct? A little bit. I'll do my best to answer that question. What we envision is in the near future, the GLOBE Program Office will be working with the regional representatives, the regional offices, and will invite a certain number of scientists to join and add topics to the scientist page. In the future, we want to open that up to a larger group of scientists and allow countries and everybody to recruit scientists to participate.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? All right. Other questions? And I don't know how much time we have. Maybe time for. Okay, I'll let.
About the single sign-on, you said individuals would also be able to sign on. What sort of IDs they will have to sign on?
You will be able to use your current administrative IDs or current school IDs to sign on.
But what about the individuals who are not part of the GLOBE program?
We, at this time, do not have a sign-on capability for individuals outside of the program. As members of the GLOBE International Advisory Committee discussed yesterday, we know that to roll the Student Climate Research Campaign out to a larger number of participants throughout the world, that we need to open up our system and our program and activities to citizen scientists, so that it won't just be GLOBE teachers that will be able to get onto the site, but we need to figure out how to do that. And we have not done that at this stage. But that is a plan. And there was a question in the back I want to get.
Yes, just considering your future plans with the tremendous network of teachers and schools implementing GLOBE protocols, is there some plan to incorporate vetted best practices to really highlight this network on the site, so that if someone just comes across the site, they could see, would help them in considering implementing or going with GLOBE?
Yes, that's a great suggestion. It's not on my list for the next few months, but I have seen that best practices for implementation of GLOBE as a topic, and we do want to address that. So thank you for bringing that up. Okay, 2 more questions, and I could go on all day, and probably you could as well. Over here?
What kind of tools are you building and integrating into the system to facilitate collaboration between schools and between schools and scientists and students in different locations?
Donna is going to be speaking about that, and she's up right after me. So I'll defer that question, and I'm sure she'll remember it. Because actually, when you asked the question, she said, let me talk about that.
Are there any plans to add upgraded content or background information resources, in the form of interactive applets or flash animations for background info about any of the modules that students might be working on?
I'm not sure I understand your question.
In terms of content, if somebody's working on, say, CloudSat or a cloud thing, there are resources about types of clouds, how clouds form, and so on. Would there be any of those types of background information resources that a teacher could use in a classroom incorporated into the new website?
I believe that it is the intention of the science and education team to point our community to those types of resources and embed them in the science pages. Isn't this great the way the technology issues and the questions that many of you might have about technology are really questions about how are we going to roll out the next set of tools, what is of importance to you, and so that's, I think, a perfect segue into to Donna's presentation. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Karen. I look at the fact that we're coming into the 21st century area of learning and teaching, and sometimes there's a push, sometimes it's dragging. And with social networks such as Twitter and Facebook and so on and so forth out there, kids, teachers are ahead of us. We have to make sure that the website, the web resources are easy to navigate and user-friendly, because if someone comes and look for something and they got to click here, click there, click the next place, they say, you know what, I'm going to go on somewhere else. And there's a lot of sites out there, but we want to make ours engaging to kids and engaging to teachers. And so I would like to thank Karen for the work that she and her team have done and the support getting from the GLOBE Program Office, because it is major. You got to do it. It doesn't help to say, well, this is what we have and here it is, because if you're not going to reflect the needs of the GLOBE community, and I guess also thank you to everyone in the GLOBE community who's giving their feedback, whether right, wrong, somebody says, well, I got a stupid question. Well, you know what? give it anyways, and maybe there's a simple answer to it. So thank you very much.
And Karen and I would like to add to that, from both Karen and myself on behalf of the Globe Program Office, we wanted to have a public acknowledgement of the international community. Just as Bill was saying, we've had a lot of feedback. We need that feedback. It's been very important. But some of you may not realize that we actually have an international website redesign committee, a formal committee that is looking at this website constantly and interacting with all of you out in their regions. And we have several of those individuals here today. And so I was hoping to have, Karen and I were hoping to have them please stand up so that we can give them a round of applause for their hard work. That would be Chris from Thailand, Matthijs from the Netherlands, Mark from Africa. They are among 6 individuals that have been representing regions and ensuring to look at each rollout of the website and to make sure and provide feedback. So thank you to all of you, and especially to the committee.